sweethearts. Well, there I am again, finally. And yeah, it makes me already happy to think about that I'm meeting you guys right now, and I'm able to meet you guys. As you saw, maybe a few of you saw that I posted a message that I wanted to do a Q&A right now. I will have to keep it as short as possible because I'm really still exhausted, and I was doubting if I would make this message out laying in my bed or sitting up straight, and I thought, well, I'm just going to do it sitting up straight this time, but I will try to keep it as simple and short as possible, and use this video to for a Q&A to give you some answers on burning questions you may have, because I really don't want that there are all kinds of lies spreading around on the channel and poisoning actually our community, and I really don't want that. On the one hand, I don't have the energy to do this, but like I said, this is not only a channel for me, and I love you guys so much, and I want also the best for you as well. And when we have a relationship in life, it is always being honest, being vulnerable, being open with each other and communicating. So I really don't mind when people have questions, and please keep asking them. But I would appreciate it if people wouldn't just make assumptions and say what they think that is happening or has happened, and then spreading that all around, and yeah, that's not a good thing, I think. Okay, I wrote down some things because I asked you to write down your questions that you have, and I hope I can cover with these questions the most burning ones, and other ones I will try to answer in other videos. The first question was, how did it end up with the virus? Well, as you see, I survived. It was a very big struggle, and I was very sick, but I got through it, and now it's gone. So I will have to regain strength after that. A second question I got is that people say that comments got removed from the channel and people got blocked, and they thought that I was doing that. Well, to be very clear, I am not. I'm not removing any comments, I'm not blocking any people. So that's the answer, black and white for me now. What can happen is that you need to check the rules of YouTube, because the only one that can do this is YouTube itself, and it does. And I don't always understand why, but when you look on YouTube, there's a part somewhere you can click on it with YouTube rules for putting posts or reacting in the chat, etc. And there are things you are not allowed to do, and then YouTube will check that and remove your comment. That can be anything, so you can put a link on it, for example. When you do that, your whole comment is removed. There are certain words you're not allowed to use because they are considered harassment, or when something is like diminishing people or whatever. So there are lots of rules, and when you don't follow that rules, YouTube will either remove your comment and maybe block you. Sometimes they only block you for a while, like 24 hours, and sometimes they just block you. So that's not me. Okay, that answer is that. I get the question, where is my family and why aren't they helping me? I tried to answer that question already before, and I did answer it, but I will answer it again. My family isn't able to help me. That has to do with their own challenges. I don't want to go into that because I will protect them, but they do love me and they do care about me. So, but they just can't help me. About the tube feeding, a lot of people ask, why aren't you tube fed, etc., etc. That is because tube feeding is only done for people who can't or aren't willing to eat. I can eat and I am willing to eat, so I won't be tube fed. And people ask if I refuse tube feeding. No, I don't refuse tube feeding. To be even more specific, I said to the hospital, you can tube feed me when I'm not able anymore to do whatever it takes to eat whatever you ask from me. So I agreed on that before I came there already. So it's not me refusing tube feeding, totally not. But I'm very happy when I can eat myself. And as long as I can do that and I can follow their rules, I'm allowed to eat myself. And I'm really thankful for that. And now the next question was about my GoFund. There is a GoFund, yes, there is. And I started that months ago. I started that to cover the costs of the hospice I have been to. The hospice, the cost of the hospice was now 9,000 euros. And all that money is already paid to the hospice. And there is a little more than 2,000 left. And that is used for the aftercare and for renting things like a hospital bed, a shower chair, and all that, those kind of things, and other things like medicines that weren't covered. All that money is already spent. But when you go to the GoFund page, it still says there is still 11,000 left. But that's not true. But they don't show it when it's already paid, when it's already covered. The beneficiary of the GoFund page is my brother, and that is not because I don't want to be that myself, but that is because he has a bank account in the USA as well, and I don't. So he can get the money of the GoFund page and pay off my bills for me, because I can't do that with my Dutch bank account. That's the only reason why there's another beneficiary, and that is all explained in the GoFund. So my friend has made an explanation of that in there. So I have been open about that also from the start. Right now there is a new GoFund. Yes, that is true. I didn't ask for money from anyone. I did make a GoFund myself now, and the goal of that GoFund is after the hospital to have specialized treatment for eating disorders, because they can't offer me that in the hospital, as you know. And I would love to go there and to use that, but that is not covered by the insurance. So if I can raise enough money, then I could get help after the hospital, specialized treatment. And that is why I started a new GoFund. And that is where all the money will go to. And I didn't ask for it, I didn't mention it, because I thought I first need to go through the hospital and see what's happening then. But it would be, give me some hope if I could afford treatment after the hospital. And now the biggest burning question of all, of course, where am I right now? Am I in a hospital? Did I go? Did I leave? Etc, etc. Okay, I'm not in a hospital at this moment. Did I quit? No, I didn't quit either. And I know that that is quite a difficult thing to understand. I will try to explain it. After being 2 weeks in the hospital, as you know, there happened quite a lot of things. And there were quite some mistakes made, and my fear got bigger and bigger. And I wanted to run away, but I also didn't want to run away because I didn't want to give up, and I knew my life was at stake. The last weekend, there happened some things that just put me over the border, and I got a panic attack, and I left. That is not a good thing. I was very sorry for it, and I regretted it totally. And the worst part was that I got the virus the day after I left. So if I hadn't had got that virus in the hospital, I would have stayed there because I wouldn't be able to leave, but I got it afterwards. But what happened is I spoke to the psychiatrist of Rotterdam, and he said, Angelique, we made quite some mistakes here, and that is our mistake. And he said, I see a woman who has fought for her life, who has given everything she could, and that it was just the plan of Rotterdam wasn't finished yet. I went there actually without having a plan yet, and it took them time to make that plan for me, to pull me through this, and it's still not finished. And he told me, he said, we now want to use this time to make a plan to prevent all the mistakes that were made and to really help you out of this at once. And now they are looking into that, how they can do that. And it is such a blessing, because this is really the first time that a caretaker, a psychiatrist, admits that they made mistakes. Also, part of me is mine, because I was totally struggling. I was freaking out finally. And that is only partly because of the mistakes that were made. But of course, that is my eating disorder. Of course, that are my traumas. And of course, I have responsibility in that too. So it's not, I'm not blaming the hospital, but I do think it's the two things coming together. And I could not wait in the hospital for them to finish that plan. So they needed the bed, and the bed is filled up right now. But as soon as the plan is made by them, they will tell me what it is going to be, and then I can come back, and then we can start it again, and hopefully in a better manner, and knowing what we're doing, and then we can even fight more together. The hard thing about that is that I need to stay alive myself. And he said that is the thing he can't help me with, because a hospital just can't offer a bed without a good plan. And I have gone to the ER, but when you go there, they keep you for 24 hours and then they send you home. And I know people are wondering, how on earth can they do that? That is because first they check you out. Is there something acute they can help you with? Well, now in the beginning that will be, for example, getting your fluids back in your body, etc. But then they look into your file, and as soon as they see long-term eating disorder in my file, I'm sent home. Because then they say, we can't help you with that, you already have this so long, you're not allowed to stay at the ER or looking for another bed in a hospital, you just have to go home again. And somehow this is legally in the Netherlands. It's not in other countries. I understood from you people that, for example, in the USA, they wouldn't ever do that, but they do that here, and that's just the way it is. And of course, 24 hours at an ER doesn't help me. It actually is worse, because it only costs huge amount of energy, and then you will be sent home again. So my doctor already said, well, if there's nothing like you have a heart attack or something, don't go there, because you will be sent home afterwards again. But that means right now I'm staying at a friend's place, because that was the only place I could go to. I have a hospital bed delivered in the living room. Maybe I will show it that later, but I don't have the energy to do that right now. So, but there is the hospital bed. I'm only downstairs. I can't go to the shower, etc., because everything is upstairs and I can't walk the stairs, of course. So the only thing I can do here is keep eating, using the toilet, and using the small things here when I have the energy to do so. My friend is working full-time, so he can only help me at night. And during the day, I still have to do everything myself. And yes, it's totally hard. And in the beginning, I really thought every single day, I'm going to die. This is too hard. I can't do this. But a comment I got as well is that was very hurtful. That people said, well, she's only talking about God, and she's constantly complaining and blaming other people for what went wrong, and not doing anything herself. People, I do whatever I can. I'm eating, I'm following my meal plan. I'm eating the Nutri meals I got in the hospital as well. I'm not able to follow the full meal plan of the hospital, otherwise I wouldn't need their help. So that's my challenge right now. But I really do whatever I can. And I got complications. I can't go into that. I will tell you that later with the idiopathic. I can't even. I'm too tired. I don't know the word anymore. But I have a form of diabetes at this moment that may be curable and maybe not. It's because of my liver is giving up and it's too exhausted, and it has to do with my pancreas as well, which means I have to eat every 3 hours, also during the night. And next to my bed I have a full bag of food, all in portion sizes and with different kinds of carbs, quick and slow carbs. And as soon as I get a hypo, I'm going to eat and have to get out of my bed and sit there and eat. I do whatever I can to stay alive, because it's so hard to constantly get out of bed, and I'm so tired, and because I have to eat every 3 hours also during the night, I don't get any sleep at this moment. But maybe you can see it on my face already. I am a little better than it was 2 weeks ago, and I am proud of that. And I'm not giving up, and I'm fighting my ass off. So please don't say anything else, because I'm giving it my all. And yes, I have an eating disorder, and yes, I have all my fears, and here they are so big because I'm doing it all on my own. My friends are helping me digitally and by phone, and my friend here is the best friend ever. He's my buddy already for 10 years, and he's just an amazing, loving man, and I'm so thankful for him, and he just loves me the way I am, no matter what, and other people as well. And my faith is helping me tremendously as well. And I also got a comment like somebody said, well, she's only talking about her faith, etc., but not doing anything into practice. That's not true. And of course, I know faith without action is dead. But my higher power, which is God, and now is becoming Jesus as well, is giving me the strength and the power to do what I can't do by myself. And this is also a spiritual recovery for me. And it's wonderful. And it's wonderful. And it's hard as well, because it only works when I depend on my higher power, let go of my own fears, and face the fear, do it anyway. And yes, that is hard, but I am doing it, and that is why I am still alive. Even though I can't stand on my feet anymore, every time I have to get out of my bed and, for example, go to the toilet, I'm shaking because I can't stand on my legs anymore, and I don't have any help to do so. So I need to do it myself. But I'm fighting and fighting and fighting. And next week I will hear from Rotterdam when the bed will be available. The psychiatrist guaranteed me that it won't last 5 weeks anymore. But it also is not going to happen next week, and probably not the week after. So I count on between 2 or 4 weeks, and I will just need to survive in those weeks myself here. And I am going to do that. And that is also, I want to stay on this channel because it's always so helpful. The comments you give me, and the way you react on me, and also to know that I am helping you as well, and I just want to keep loving you guys as well. And I'm always so happy to see people coming back that I just feel connected with now, because it feels like I'm getting to know you personally more and more. And it's strange because of course there are thousands of people, but it's really like personal as well. So it's so wonderful, and it really helps me tremendously. And also the things that hurt me, and the things that I think, oh my goodness, was this necessary to say? Keep saying it. It's good. I mean, we're learning together. And oh, there are also a few people, I found it so amazing, that were commenting very harsh. And I wrote something back to them, and then they were so self-reflected, and they even said I'm sorry, and they even had the guts to say, I might not have been right on this, and I just made assumptions before asking. And that is so great, because you are growing. Can you see that? That is so amazing, because it starts with facing the truth, and the truth isn't nice. And you people are telling me the truth as well, because I am making mistakes. Yes, I am acting sometimes totally out of fear, and I'm doing things, I'm not doing things that I'm supposed to do because out of fear. And because I don't have the courage or the energy to do things, and I just want to crawl away and cry and not face the reality. And that is hard. And when people mirroring me that's not nice, but it is good, because the truth is always the best, even if the truth can be harsh sometimes. But it all starts with loving each other. When you support each other, and when you love each other, you can share the good and the bad things with each other. And that is what we're here to do. So oh, now this became a much longer video than I expected it to be, but I hope I have answered your most burning questions. And I really hope that those assumptions that are really not true are now out of the way. But please keep commenting and telling me just what you feel like and what you think. That's totally fine. But please ask me first before making assumptions, and that would be just, I think, better for all of us. So I'm sending you a big hug out of the Netherlands, and I'm totally looking forward to your comments again. And I will try to upload whenever I can and share other things I would love to share again. And we'll keep in touch in this way. So, bye bye.